16th January 2026. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, we members of the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly agreed to jointly address press today as a way of reaching out to our constituents and indeed the people of Rivers State on the current matter of the impeachment process against the governor of Rivers State, similarly Fubara, GSSRS, and the Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Odu. Some leaders and well-meaning Nigerians have called on us to once again halt the impeachment process against the governor and the deputy governor. This morning, the 16th day of January 2026, we concluded that there is indeed the need to proceed. This is a decision of all of us, including members who had the opportunity to address the media a few days ago and those who had already decided not to proceed but changed their positions. In the face of prevailing situation, our decision to proceed is informed by the following. 1. The governor and the deputy governor do not have any intention to stop disobeying the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as altered. This is the third time that impeachment proceedings will top affairs of the state, and we have noticed that the governor and the deputy governor have mastered the act of manipulating leaders and public opinion against the House rather than retrace their steps, assure the House and indeed Nigerians that infractions on the Constitution and laws of Rivers State will be altered in the best interest of the state. 2. The governor and deputy governor are acting as if Rivers State House of Assembly does not exist. They are unperturbed about the allegations and are still posting through their media attack dogs that members will simply be called to stop and that members cannot enforce the Constitution. This is indeed a real problem for our democracy, as it looks like the Rivers State governor and the deputy governor are above the Constitution and will continue to do whatever they like, and the arm of government that is empowered to check their excesses will always be ordered not to work, keep quiet, and be humiliated. 3. While members were positively considering calls from stakeholders, the governor and the deputy governor were busy using paid media platforms to attack us in the media, misinforming the masses as well as making plans to use state institutions like EFCC to intimidate us. They have refused to respond to any of the allegations or particulars of gross misconduct, but have so much time to go to the church and use innuendos of backing dogs to spite us, and are still insisting that they would not respect the legislature or work with members of the Rivers State House of Assembly 10th Assembly precisely. 4. Many stakeholders who are calling on us are not willing to call on the governor and the deputy to do the right thing. The governor and the deputy governor are the aggressors, serial offenders of our Constitution, and a serious threat to our democracy. The sure path to sustainable peace and progress of our state is the rule of law, separation of powers, and respect for the Constitution, and not to blackmail or intimidate anybody or group. 5. In a bid to gain or win sympathy for the governor or deputy governor, many who do not mean well for Rivers State or democracy simply reduce everything to disagreement between our political leader and the governor. The real problem is that the governor and his deputy are at war with the ground up the Constitution just to achieve their political goals. We urge the good people of Rivers State to read the notice of allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. We are convinced that they would understand better situation and the context of our own position. 6. Previous attempts at resolving the quagmire politically failed because the governor does not abide by any agreement and cannot be trusted. It is obvious that the only solution now is to apply the solution prescribed by the 1999 Constitution as altered, which is the impeachment of the incorrigible governor and the deputy governor. We therefore strongly appeal to all leaders at all levels and the good people of Rivers State to carefully consider the problem at hand and understand that the impeachment process is the best way to go at this point. We are using this medium to call on Mr. Speaker to allow the constitutional process to proceed unhindered. Finally, we thank our dear President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who has demonstrated so much love for Rivers State. He did his best for the resolution of this impasse, but the governor and deputy governor are adamant. To other leaders, stakeholders, and the good people of Rivers State, we thank you for your prayers and support. We would continue to defend you and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you all. this press conference is signed by all the members of the 10th Assembly, and therefore members are urging Mr. Speaker to immediately convene the House for these members and the House to do our constitutional functions and do the needful. That is our collective resolve. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Honorable Silvanus Enyinawankwo, I represent the good people of Omoma State constituency and the minority leader of the 10th Assembly. Gentlemen of the press, you will recall that on the 12th day of January 2026, myself and my colleague, Honorable Peter Abe, addressed the press, wherein we made a plea to our colleagues to seek for a political solution to this impasse that is going on between the Assembly and the Governor of Rivers State. During the pendency of this appeal, we found out that the Governor and the Deputy Governor, they have all employed their media boys and aides to continuously attack the Rivers State House of Assembly instead of seeking for the political solution which we offered. It is on this basis that I, Honorable Silvanus Wankwo, and my fellow colleague here, Honorable Peter Abe, is saying that the impeachment proceedings should continue. We have rescinded our plea. Thank you so much.
Days ago, we pleaded with our colleagues to rescind the impeachment process. But as we all know, as my colleague, the minority leader, said, we have been a series of attacks because we see that the governor's ploy is to continue to infringe on the Constitution. And remember, I told you that infringement on the Constitution is a no-go, it's a no-no. So the infringement, there is no stopping the governor and the deputy. So me, as an Ijaw man, I'm an Ijaw man like the governor. And this is not ethnic, we should not ethnicize this. This is simply a constitutional matter. And so we are saying that the process should hereby continue. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I, Honorable Barilewako, the Deputy Minority Leader and member representing the Ghana Constituency 1. Recall that on Wednesday, the 14th of January 2025, Honorable Emilia Locke Yamadi and I addressed the media and stated that we are willing to adopt a political solution to the matter affecting the governor and his deputy governor removal from office. Regrettably, the governor and deputy governor have sent signals to us that they are not prepared to retrace their steps and govern in line with the Constitution. They are adamant. We are now convinced that their strategy is to intimidate us into withdrawing the impeachment process for the third time while they continue their infractions on the Constitution and the law. They are insisting that others will come and we will not perform the oversight function like other states' legislation in the federation. This is very bad for our democracy. On this note, we are proceeding with the impeachment process, and while we thank Mr. President for his fatherly effort so far that the governor and the deputy governor